What is going on today, guys? I'm out here making the rounds, still putting down some fungicide on the fescue, and I'm out here at one of my favorite places. This is where we're going to take the fescue versus centipede challenge. If you saw the other video, he's got an area of centipede right there on the other side of the fence that we're going to try to make look good by the fall, and if it doesn't make it, we're gonna do the whole thing in fescue. And I had taken the centipede out of the area right directly in front of the house last fall and put fescue in, and it's right there. It's looking really good, except for I've got a couple of huge spots of brown patch. Damn it, it's the only one I've seen it in it bad. I'm gonna put out the standard preventative fungicide concoction. I'm gonna add one key piece to it, and I'll show you what that is, so stay tuned. I'm gonna add to my normal propiconazole, azoxystrobin, and nutritive deal here is this Affirm from New Farm. We'll talk a little bit about Affirm, but we're gonna go, I just ripped it open to see what it looked like. We're gonna go with a 2.5 pound per acre rate, so the whole darn satchel. So stay tuned, we'll talk a little Affirm. What is Affirm? Affirm is a fungicide. It's a group 19 fungicide with a very specific mode of action, very unique mode of action. It's a, I guess it would be considered a biopesticide. It actually will inhibit the growth of mycelia and interrupt development of brown patch. So it should kill it stone dead, the brown patch fungus, that is. So we're gonna run this out on this yard along with the other stuff and see if we can just knock this out in one fell swoop. It is extraordinarily expensive, though. Word of warning, it's not for the faint. It's not for the faint of heart. But this place is special, so we're gonna do it special. So I gotta get this stuff stopped. I'll take the camera out there and show you a little bit of these patches, but it's ugly. It's unfortunate. This Affirm is a water dispersible granule, so you dissolve it up a little bit before you put it in your tank mix, and it dissolves pretty easily. It is a biologic, so that means that it declares biological warfare on Rhizoctonia. But anyway, it's considered an antibiotic fungicide, so it should be quite effective, and it'll inhibit production of mycelia and spores. So it should really put the brakes on this active fungus. So that's exactly what I'm looking to do. And it's also foliar and systemic. So you're getting in every direction, and putting it in combination with these two other different modes of action with the propiconazole and the azoxystrobin, we should be coming at this stuff from every angle. It ought to go. Out here in the center is just tremendous. It looks fabulous. I got this one spot, and that's bad. All right, we're gonna get it on, see what can happen. It almost looks like it's I don't know, still spreading. All right, we're gonna take this out. 2 days of lumber. Going after this brown patch with the baddest force of nature I know. it ought to help us. I need to, good Lord, this thing's about to kill me. I need to come back and check in about 2 weeks and see what it's looking like. Might need to reapply. Anyway, that was this like a half an acre of fescue up there, and then about 3/4 acre of centipede. So now we're gonna switch to the centipede. All right, this thing away from my face a little bit. The centipede is looking okay. It's a little weedy, but in the past, coming over here with one permagreen, I've only been able to spray, because this is a little out of the way, I've only been able to spray what was safe to go across all turf types. So I'd spray something like Change Up or something for the weeds. I'm going to mix some Celsius in the other permagreen and probably some Green County root growth stimulant and maybe a little drop of MFT. Bring the thunder, baby. See if I can get this centipede looking right. All right, right here in this centipede area now, it's got some bare spots that are actually filling in since the last treatment I put it on it. I put a couple of pounds of 818 and some other things on it. Well, there's a pretty big example right there. But anyway, it's wrapped up in lesbidiza and a few other things. So I'm mixing Celsius, some nutritive stuff I just went through. So we're gonna see what we can do to this to get it back in shape before the fall. All right, I'm getting ready to leave here. Talking with the homeowner, I might have discovered our problem. He's running the irrigation every day at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So what I did was I went ahead and turned it back to just one event at 5 o'clock in the morning versus 5 o'clock in the afternoon. One really long event once a week, and kind of keep an eye on it, see where that goes. And if that looks sufficient, we'll stick with that. If not, we might have to do 2 events a week, but in the morning versus the afternoon. And that daily afternoon watering might be what caused us this brown patch. Anyway, well, we put the bomb on it, so we'll see what happens to that, and we'll keep monitoring the centipede versus fescue showdown. The fescue showed a little chink in his armor with the brown patch developing, but the centipede here ain't all that spectacular either. So, but what fescue is not hurt by the brown patch looks great. So he's still leaning toward turning this whole thing into a fescue yard, and maybe even the pasture out here, which is freaking huge. Anyway, we'll keep an eye on it. Fescue versus centipede challenge.